Hallo Leute, willkommen von Doki Doki, Letzte Folge, Blue Skies Mod. Letzte Folge haben wir ganz chillig nur mit Netzke gebacken, mehr auch nicht. Wir haben nicht mehr gemacht, halt war eine ganz chillige Folge, auch deswegen sehr kurz, aber es war eine ganz chillige Folge. Und heute machen wir weiter, nämlich mit dem Tag des Festivals. Ich bin mal richtig gespannt, was passiert, denn wie viele wissen, endet der erste Akt am Tag des Festivals. Deswegen bin ich mal sehr gespannt, was für eine Richtung jetzt das Spiel wird nehmen, weil jetzt wird wahrscheinlich der Punkt kommen, wo es wahrscheinlich vom Originalspiel abdriften wird. Nehme ich mal an. Also so richtig abdriften. Es war jetzt bisher immer so eine Welle, also es war nicht. Sozusagen hier ist das Originalspiel, das. Also warte, das ist vielleicht so. Hier ist halt das Originalspiel hier so. Und so war das Spiel gerade hier, also die Mod so immer so wellig, also ein bisschen aus dem Spiel rausgegangen halt. Und jetzt habe ich das Gefühl, das Spiel so richtig komplett nach links, also abbiegt einfach und seine eigene Richtung jetzt wird nehmen. Da bin ich mal gespannt. It's a day of the festival. The preparations for the event should be nearly complete, given all the work everyone's put in over the weekend. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully sticking 4 trays in the box. Let's already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. I smile, putting my phone away. Personality even shows through a text. Funny enough, I probably feel the same way as Netscape about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Netscape festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure that the event will be great too. It's been a while though. Where's Sayori? We're meant to walk together, but she's late again. I don't want to leave her behind, but if she takes much longer, I'm going to be late for school. More time passes. There's going to be a moment of decision soon if she doesn't arrive. Just as I'm getting ready to leave, I finally spot her. I'm slowly making her way down the street. Okay, she's carrying a large sack in her hands, and I'm surprised she isn't running over to me. Isn't she aware of how late she is? Sorry, where have you been? We've been late for school. I know, sorry. I overslept again? Or couldn't decide what to have for breakfast again. She immediately pouts. You're such a meanie sometimes. You know, my teasing is all in good fun, right? She mumbles something under her breath. Of course. Looks like she's back to her normal self again. Definite relief. I felt a little guilt in not spending Sunday with her, but then again, it was probably wise to give her space. Then again, Netsuki also needed help. I pointed to the sack she's carrying, which contains an assortment of colorful little gift bags. Ah, are those the gift bags you were working on over the weekend? Yep, I managed to get everything neat. Candy, quotes, and bookmarks. It was a lot of fun. Although it was kinda hard to stop myself from eating the sweets. And did you manage it? People won't notice if a sweet or two goes missing, right? I can't help but laugh, but that's such a silly thing to say and do. I'm glad you think better today, Siri. Anyway, I'm sorry if I was a bit too invasive on Friday. I just worry a lot, that's all. It's okay, Kazuma, it really is. It's sweet that you were concerned. But yeah, I'm fine. It was just a little wind count. Although I'm kinda nervous for the festival. Honestly, I don't blame you for that. It's kinda nerve-wracking, isn't it? I mean, I know how much it means to Monica, but at the same time, I didn't realize how intimidating reciting poetry to a bunch of strangers can be. Yeah, it was all for it back in the club room, but now that the actual day is here, she looks a little nervous. I reach over and give her a squeeze on the shoulder. I'll be fine, don't worry. I know how much you like poetry. Plus the poems are great. Just hope my own performance is up to standard. Oh, don't be silly, Kazuma. They'll love your poem, I just know it. A chuckle, admiring definite optimism that really makes Sayori. Guess we'll find out. By the way, are you doing anything after festival or anything fun? Nope, I haven't really planned that far ahead. I'm not great at doing that anyway. I'm kinda hoping you finish early so we can have the rest of the day off, to be honest. So what you're really saying is that you just want to go home and sleep, right? Oh, look at how many students there are. How many clubs are having their own little event today? What a tactile change of topic that was. A school is inside and there's a lot of students milling around. It's a little strange to think that there's so many fellow students around, yet I've still been feeling so lonely. Or at least before joining the literature club. Sounds like these make me grateful that Sarah told me about the club in the first place. I don't know, probably quite a few. By the way, Sari. What's up, Kazuma? I just want to say, well, no matter how this festival goes, I'm really grateful that you told me about your club and let me join. I've had a lot of fun so far. I scratch the back of my head nervously since Sarah looks curiously at me. I've never been good at expressing myself, and it probably shows. Guess what I'm trying to say is thank you. It's been so fun being able to spend time with you again too. It really takes me back. You don't have to thank me for anything, silly. I've enjoyed it too. After all, it would be lovely if things could go back to how they used to. How they used to? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Strange choice of words. What could she mean by this? As we enter the courtyard and make our way to a meeting room, she breaks the silence by giggling. Something funny? I just thought of a way to steal one of Natsuki's cupcakes without realizing. Are you sure that's a good idea? Natsuki might be little, but you know better than I do that she can be really fiery. Ich weiß nicht, wie man das genau ausspricht. But don't worry about her. She might seem a bit mean on the outside, but she's harmless. Don't let her fool you. Well, I'd rather her than me. Kazuma, ZOWIE, it's good to see you guys. You want to come in and give me a hand? Monika's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that all has the poems to be performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like, and I submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. Hey, do you guys want to check out the pamphlets? They come out really nice. Yeah, sure. I put down the vase of cupcakes I'm holding and grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. They really look pretty. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize the girls' poems were the ones they performed during our practice. Just then Natsuki bursts in the room, her school bag swinging wildly. Yui trails in behind her, carrying a rolled up banner and a large duffel bag. Alright, it's festival time. Wow, you guys got here before me? I thought it was pretty early. I'm sorry for being the last one here. I'm glad that some preparation is already on the way though. Should take less time to set everything up this way. Yeah, let's work hard together, everyone. Kazuma! I jump at the sudden outburst. Yes? Where are the cupcakes? Don't tell me you forgot them. Is it normal to be scared by a tiny underclassman girl? I mentally shake myself. I really gotta get it together. Relax the gun right here. Just hold on a minute. I step over to where I put down the box of cupcakes and begin unpacking the trays. Don't lay them out so messily. Quite the bossy little princess, eh? Then if you wouldn't mind... Sarah, can you help me with these? Yuri gestures at her back, so to which Sarah nods cheerfully. Help Natsuki with the cupcakes, while Yuri and Sarah start putting up decorations. Meanwhile, Monika continues putting down pamphlets. It isn't long before Natsuki has carefully rearranged the cupcakes in neat formation. Looks really good, if I say so myself. I'd have to agree, we make a pretty good team. Yeah. Hey Kazuma, next time we do something like this, I can carry some trays too. It's totally fine with me, and my arms are longer too after all, so I can carry more. Still, we are a team, aren't we? I can carry my weight too. I'm not some helpless damsel in distress, you know. Or helpless shoujo manga heroine. Alright, Mr. Can it. As I laugh, I glance over to Sarah and Yuri. They put up a banner with an inspirational quote written on the colorful gradient of the colors of the sky. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit, but also the spirit of his friends. Ah, that's a quote by a German philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche. He's had some very interesting thoughts, although there are some that I don't quite agree with. Oh, I think I've heard of him. As usual, Yuri classes me with her intellect. It seems that they also hung up a curtain of origami paper tied to ribbons in the doorway. Upon closer inspection, each paper has a different kanji character written on it. Hey, it looks like you did something similar to Natsuki with your kanji curtain. Is that so? I have to take a look at what she's done after I finish setting up. She gestures to a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. You said that that's an essential oils diffuser. Ooh, yes, it's for aromatherapy, one of my favorite contributors to positive atmosphere. Huh, I'm excited to see how it works later. Looks like all the preparations are almost finished now. I feel like there's something missing though. Suddenly you notice a large bag sitting forlornly by itself to the side. That's Zero, isn't it? So did you forget to set up your part? Did I? I did? She rushes over to the bag and quickly empties it out. It's full of small colorful bags tied shut with thin ribbons. Don't worry, I'll help you, huh? We start organizing the goodie bags in neat rows on the desk closest to the door. I pick inside one of them as we do so. You can take a bag if you want. Inside the bag I find candy, stickers, inspirational quotes from poems or some sort of cardstock. And bookmarks. Looks like there's a good mix of things in there. I choose only the best candy for the festival. And the best quotes. The best bookmarks as well. You betcha! We laugh as we finish up our task. I take a bag, fish out the candy and pop it into my mouth. Cereal really does have a good taste. The chocolate and toffee seems to melt on my tongue. Can I have one too, Kazuma? I can't resist those puppy dog eyes. Thanks, you're the best. Viel zu gut. Oh, wie geil! Das sieht super aus. By the time we finish, it looks everyone else is done too. The club is now darkened and lit up by the ambient lighting of the candles. A delicate fluorescent wafts through the air, courtesy of Yuri's essential oil. So and I hand towards the other three girls, who are huddled near the front of the classroom, murmuring to each other. Das sieht geil aus, ey. Is it about time to start yet? Almost. We wrote that we're going to start at 10 AM on our posts, and that's in 10 minutes. Are people actually going to show up for this? Don't be so negative. Some people have shown up already, and I'm sure that more will file in soon. Because you guys don't have to be worried so much about it. I've got full faith in all of you. I've seen all of your poems. It's been amazing watching each and every one of you find and nurture your own unique writing styles. She smiles encouraging at each of us. To her credit, her words are helpful, even though I haven't been a part of this club for as long as the other three. Even Kazuma? Natsuki! Just a joke, jeez. Thought some hero would lighten the mood. Ah, sorry. Just trying to make sure everyone's in the best frame of mind before we start. It's okay, Monica. We all understand and appreciate that. Yeah, we know how much this club means to you. I wanted it to be a success just as much as you do. Couldn't have put it better. Oh Jesus! Couldn't have put it better myself. Even though I've already been in the club for a few days, I felt really at home. Truth be told, I used to be kind of lonely. Now that I'm included in something with people like you guys, always makes me feel better. I haven't told anyone about how lonely I've been feeling. I'm a little nervous about how they react. They all turn to me, varying degrees of emotion on their face. Natsuki impatiently looks to the side, while Yuri gave me an expression of concern. Oh, Kazuma, I had no idea you felt that way. I'm sorry, I really hope you can change that. I'm so happy you feel welcome here too. It's exactly what you wanted. I agree, no one should feel alone. I know it's quite a difficult thing to experience. I feel a warm flush of gratitude at the words. Thanks guys, that means a lot. Also Monica, I told Sarah this earlier and I figured you might appreciate hearing this. Well, no matter how the festival goes, I just want to say thank you to all of you. Thanks to you guys, that lonely feeling has disappeared. You've all been so welcoming, accepting and believed me. And I'm really appreciative of that. So even if this event doesn't quite go as planned, just know that I really love it here and I'm so glad Sarah told me about this club. If others don't like what we have here, well, it's their loss, right? The girls nodded in agreement, smiling at me. I had no idea my words would have such an impact, but I'm glad they did in the end. It feels so rewarding to be able to give back to the club for a moment change. Monica turns to me, eyes shining with appreciation. Thank you, Kazuma. You're right. Hearing those words from a newcomer really makes me feel like I've succeeded in my goal as a president. After all, I wanted to create a place where people can feel comfortable, share literature, and what you've just said makes me feel like it was all worth it. She turns to face the others. See guys, if you could show Kazuma how amazing this club is, who's to say we can't show the other students the same thing? Don't see them as strangers, see them as potential club members. She's definitely got an inspiring way with words. Yeah, good thinking, Monica. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, but if they say anything bad about my cupcakes, I'm gonna kill them. You giggle softly. I won't lie to you, I'm still quite nervous. But after hearing what you said, Kazuma, I realize there might be other lonely people out there. This club would be the perfect place for them. Yeah, we might even find more manga enthusiasts. That's the spirit. Now let's go and show the rest of the school just what the literature club is made of. As of BenQ, a few people wander into the room, curiously looking around the room. Monica confidently walks over and greets them. And so it begins. Monica and Sarah have greeted the newcomers and settled them in desks throughout the classroom. Some people are already helping the staff to do cupcakes, and I noticed Natsuki keeping an eye on them, natürlich. Meanwhile, Yuri is now nervously looking through a pamphlet. I can see her senselessly mouthing the words to her poem. Now that I think about it, I should be getting some extra practice in as well. Before I can do so though, Monica heads back towards us with Sarah in tow. Showtime everyone! Let's do this, guys! Time to get this over with. I can do this. We group up and start stand together at the front of the classroom. Monica steps out to the bowie and clears her throat, drawing the room's attention to her. Okay everyone, welcome to Literature's Club Poetry Performance. My name is Monica, as some of you may know. Some girls sitting near the front of class wave at her. I'm the president of the club, and accompanying me is the vice president Sayori. Hi guys! And the rest of the club members Yuri, Natsuki, and last but certainly not least, Kazuma. We all wave back at the students with varying degrees of enthusiasm. I hope that you all enjoy your poetry and will be able to help contribute to a memorable festival. Leisure is amazing in its ability to connect us to the human condition, and I really hope that this event will help encourage others to start participating as well. Our club will gladly welcome any new members, from those who love words and writing as well, to anyone who is simply just curious and wants to learn more. After the scheduled performance, we will open up the stage for anyone else who wants to perform, so don't be shy. And now, without further ado, I'll be starting my poem with The Way They Fly. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri and I head off to settle down at the frontmost desk, saving the seat at the end for Monica. She stands there, alone yet still radiating confidence. After flashing a smile and a wink at us, she begins. Each word is crystal clear and exudes emotion. Somehow her reaction is even better than recitation is even better than it was only a few days ago. She must have practiced hard to try to achieve perfection. The classroom is silent first, drinking in her words. After a few months, however, some whispering starts up in the back of the classroom. I guess that's inevitable, but it still doesn't make it any less annoying. I exchange a look with Natsuki, who rolls her eyes at the disruptions. So he pats my hand and gives me an encouraging smile. She's comforting as always. As Monica's poem progresses, more and more people wander in. Normally this would be a good thing, but they're making a lot of noise. Thankfully this simmer down once they realize Monica's speaking, but the damage has already been done. She reaches the end of her poem. The last few words resonate in the classroom. A round of applause fills the room. Monica beams at everyone, patiently waiting for them to finish. Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my poem, that it gave you a flavor of what this club is like. For the newcomers, welcome! We're just in the midst of showing you all of our poems. For the benefit of those who have just joined, she quickly reintroduces everyone. Anyway, up next is Natsuki. Take it away. Natsuki stumbles slightly as she marks her way to the front of the glass. I guess the nerves are really getting to her. It doesn't help that someone sniggers, causing her to turn to glare at them. Saya seems to notice too as she hastens to shoot Natsuki a reassuring smile. Natsuki stands at the front of the classroom with her poem in hand, slight traces of irritation still visible on her face. Anyway, so my poem's called Jump. She takes a deep breath and begins her recital. Just as I was hoping, she's able to inject her trademark bouncy style into the performance, bringing the words to life. She doesn't quite radiate the confidence Monica did, but her unique style shines through, giving her poem a flow of rhythm, while simply it's effective. My heart sings as I start picking up on the newcomers having their own conversation in the back of the room. I'm into a surge of anger. How couldn't they be so inconsiderate? It's clear that they aren't paying any attention, and from the pause and change in Natsuki's tone, she's clearly picked up on it as well. Why can't they just save the stupid selfish conversation for after our performances? Our poem comes to an end, but unlike with Monica's, there's a slight awkward moment of silence. Once again there's a round of applause, but it's clear that this audience engagement isn't quite as strong. Great performance, Natsuki. I really like the rhythm of that poem. Natsuki forces a smile and makes her way back to the seat. It's clear that she's upset. Anyway, our Vice President Suri is next to perform. Hi everyone, I hope you like my poem. She sheerly skips up to the front, poem in hand. As she turns to face us, she looks a little nervous, fidgeting slightly. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. It's okay now, Sayori. Just remember that we practice. I've got full faith in you. Yeah, you've got this. This one's called My Meadow. She begins a poem. Her soft voice guides us through the recital, and there's this remarkable contrast between her cheerful inflection, yeah, and the more bittersweet nature of the words. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice people casually flicking cupcakes wafers onto the floor, along with candy wrappers lying on the table. Worse still, the talking is getting louder and more noticeable. Monica looks around to preparators, frowning at them. One of the students lets out loudly on, making absolutely no effort to hide it. Another student picks up one of the chords and nudges their friend. They both frown and laugh at the message, and I get the horrible feeling it's more the mocking kind of laugh. At this point I'm seeing red. If we weren't in school I would have punched the inscrutable pigs by now. Don't should be this sweet, Sayori. She's probably the sweetest person I've ever met. Despite the new now obvious disruptions, she's still trying her best and is making real effort to continue. Oh Gott, wenn es jetzt schon so schlecht ist eigentlich mit der Stimmung, dann habe ich Angst für Yuri. To her credit, her poem is still commendable. She managed to work a contest of her insinuation against the words in her favor. It adds an interesting depth to the poem. I'd love to see more of this side to her. She brings the performance to a close, hands shaking slightly. Lovely poem, sir. You really brought that one to life. Thank you. Thank you. Something's off with her voice. It's like she was on Friday. Monica stands up, turning to her desk everyone in the room. Just a polite reminder that it would be much appreciated if everyone could give opponents some respect while they were performing. Monica looks stern with Natsuki looks positively furious. Thank you. Now the stage is all yours, Yuri. Okay, Yuri, good look. Yuri is looking terrified at this point. Sergei gives a reassuring squeeze and a lean over, whispering into her ear. You've got this, Yuri, okay? Just pretend like it's only me, Natsuki, Seri, and Monica. I can't do this, Kazuma. Yes, you can. I believe in you. I've seen how passionate you can become when you talk about Professor Markov. I love that. I love seeing that side of you. Besides, it's like you said, this club could be the perfect place for any of these people. We just don't know it yet. He swallows nervously, nodding at my words. Okay, thank you. She rises to her feet, palm claps firmly to her chest, and avoiding eye contact with her eyes. With everyone, she walks up. Her eyes flicker up to glance at the classroom when she gets on stage, although she quickly ducks her head back down to look at her poem on the podium. This poem is titled After Mention of a Question. Her voice quivers as she starts, but unlike her recitation a few days ago, the meek and trembling version of Yuri remains well into the poem. She determinedly forges ahead, but I can tell that she's not enjoying it in the slightest. The rest of the classroom, momentarily subdued by Monica's words, soon begins to grow louder again. God damn it. After a few lines of her poem, they are even more unruly than before. The crinkling of rappers fills the air, and at a few points Yuri is almost drowned out by others' voices. I catch a few people getting up and leaving the classroom. By the slight itch in her voice, it seems that Yuri sees them as well. Her eyes stay glued to her poem now, and it looks like she's trying her hardest to ignore everyone. One boy quietly wolf whistles Yuri, causing her to jump and lower her head even more. Oh, nine. She's practically shaking like a leaf. It's absolutely disgusting behavior, and I open my mouth to say something. Suddenly Natsuki stands up, a loud scraping noise from her pushing away from the desk, calling the attention of the students. Can you all just shut up? I'm only freaking cigarettes. How could you be so rude? We're trying our best to show you something amazing here, and you're just going to stomp all of our hard work like that? Unbelievable. I can't even understand how people can be this ignorant and just plain terrible. I didn't want to interrupt you, Yuri, but I can't just stand it anymore. You just might as well leave if you aren't even going to pretend to pay attention. There's complete silence for a beat. Only came for the food anyway. Let's go, guys. Once the boy speaks up and begins to lead his friends away, one by one more students start to follow them out the door. I throw a panic look over to Monica, who's hiding a strange, stiff expression in her face. Looks like she's struggling to stay calm for everyone. After a few moments, there's barely anyone left. Yuri, meanwhile, quietly begins speaking again, but her voice is barely audible. There's just a stifling silence accompanying her words. When she finishes, a weak smuttering of applause sounds for the few who are left. She unsteadily steps down from the stage, a blank look on her face. She won't look at any of us either. I'm worried about her. Okay. Monica's voice cracks as she speaks up. She's still trying her best to see us through this. I don't think any of us could have predicted it would turn out this way. Thank you, Yuri. You did wonderfully. I'm sincerely sorry for all the disruption, sheer ignorance you had to endure. Those kinds of people really are the worst. To those who are left, I want to thank you all for staying and apologize as well. This is definitely not a normal occurrence to the Glitch Club, I assure you. Well, let's just finish this off with Kazuma then. With a heavy heart, I slowly get up and walk onto the stage. When I get to the podium, I'm appalled by the sight of the classroom. Candy cupcake wrappers are thrown across the flat over quote cards lay tossed about, with many of the cards now featuring shoe prints over the words. Remnants of goodie bags are left ripped apart on desks. Even the kanji curtain looks tangled up and messy. The only seats left are the ones who waved to Monica at the beginning. This is what you had to see when reciting a poem. No wonder she didn't want to look up and face these people. Can I really do this now? How were the others able to finish the poems? Look at the clock. Only 10:20? Has it really only been 20 minutes? Taking a shaky breath, I began to speak. Hi everyone, I'd like to take a second to apologize as well, both to those checking out the club today and to those who are already in it. But aside everything that's happened, I can say that I'm glad I joined since I got to meet so many amazing people. I believe that you guys will also love it as much as I did too. Anyhow, I hope that you'll enjoy Acquainted with the Night. I start reading and I'm struck once again by the beauty of the poem. Loneliness and isolation conveyed so accurately. I can relate to a lot of these feelings. I won't be good as the others at reciting, but I can only hope that I'll be able to do the poem justice. Thoughts of doing both the poet and the club proud starting from my spirit, and I managed to fight through this depressing mood. The quiet of the classroom suits the lines of the poem well, and my recital seems to fly by rather quickly. Excellent performance, Kazuma. What a great way to wander off the... warte, was stand da? Excellent performance, Kazuma. What a great way to round off the event. As I step down from the stage, Monica stands up and addresses the room. Thank you all for coming and staying. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. That's it for the scheduled recitations. But you guys are free to stay and hang out if you want. There's an awkward silence for a few moments, then the remaining students start to stand up. Hey Monica! Oh, and you too, Kazuma. I didn't know you were in this club. Ich weiß nicht, wie man verstehen will, wie sie so mal. The girls saying before this is actually my homeroom's class representative, Shiori. Given that both she and Monica are class reps, they're probably friends. We only joined about a week ago, so... Ah, I see. Yep. Hey, the way you guys were treated was seriously awful. It's fine. Thanks for staying. Anyway, sorry about everything, Monica. I'll check out the club sometime. She gives us a small community smile, and I'm torn between wondering whether anyone's pitying us or sympathizing with us. They'll start to file out the classroom after a few more goodbyes. Monica keeps a strained smile plastered on her face. Meanwhile, Yuri has her head buried in her arms on the desk. In contrast, Snetsky staring straight ahead, scraping her teeth, and Siri looks down at her desk, picking at the spot on the varnished foot. Oh, das sieht grausam aus. Ich würde sagen, wir beenden die Folge dann hier und werden uns dann nächste Folge anschauen, was ja jetzt passiert, weil das hier sieht wirklich grausam aus, ne? Also wenigstens hat mir paar, die geblieben sind, aber die meisten waren wirklich einfach nur Arschlöcher und einfach nur grausam. Aber ja, dann danke fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Wir sehen uns bei der nächsten Doki Doki Folge. Tschüss!